Is therapy worth it? I am not a therapist, and I will be answering this question in a couple of different ways in relationship to money, time, work, and outcome. Hi, I'm Caylyn, and I go to therapy. A lot of the videos out there are by therapists, but I think it's also valuable to have things out there from a client perspective. I think psychology is really fascinating, and I do my best to educate myself, but at the end of the day, I am a client, and I hope that experience is a good teacher and that you learn something from this. All right, so is therapy worth it when it comes to the work that it takes? The reality is, therapy is work. And while at the beginning it might seem like you're adding more to your plate, therapy can actually help you deal with what is on your plate. Whether it's helping to reduce your stress level or learning some new skills, whether you need to adapt or something or learn some coping skills, it can actually help with that workload that you feel you have. It can also help you dismantle some of the fears and misconceptions that you might have about yourself, that once those are gone, life becomes a lot more manageable and easy because you're not consistently fighting some of these misconceptions that are getting in the way of you doing the best that you can at something. So I think in terms of work, and is therapy worth the work, consider it an investment into yourself. It will pay off, but sometimes that means you got to do the hard work at the beginning to have a really big payoff later. Second topic, outcome. Is therapy worth it for the outcome that you get? Well, it's directly related. The outcome is related to the work that you put in. You're going to get out of therapy what you put into therapy. So if you're just kind of showing up and not doing anything else, then I don't know that there would actually be much of an outcome. But if you're putting in the work, then yeah, you're really going to reap the benefits of the work that you've put in. Like I said, it's an investment into yourself. Therapy can also really help change your relationships, which can be something that's adding a lot of stress to your day-to-day. It can help you improve relationships with your partner or your family or colleagues at work. Being able to set healthy boundaries goes a long way for improving the quality of your life. So if you know what you want to get out of therapy and you tell your therapist that, and those are the things that you're working towards, you will get there and you will get the outcome that you're looking for. But you have to put in the work. Tell me in the comments what makes you question if therapy is worth it or not. If there's something that I don't get to in the video, let me know and I'll share my thoughts with you. Is therapy worth the time? So there's the time of the appointment, and then there's how often you're going to therapy, whether it's once a week, once every 2 weeks, and then there's the time it takes to get there, and then sometimes there's the time that you spend doing a little bit of homework to work on stuff. Is it worth it? The answer is yes. It's an investment into you. If you go to therapy and have a 1-hour session once a week, that's 1 hour out of the 168 hours in a week. Keep in mind that a lot of us spend the time to go to yoga, go to the gym, go for a run. That's investing time into yourself. So please invest that 1 hour into your mental health as well. It's going to be worth the time and the work and the effort that you put into it. Again, it is investing in you, which you deserve. Is therapy worth the money? I think that this is the one that people tend to struggle with the most. And I think there's 2 reasons for it. If you're going to therapy once a week, it adds up. Therapy can be very expensive, but again, it's an investment into you. If you actually look at what a lot of financial advisors say, whether you're reading books or, following them on Twitter, a lot of them say the very first investment that you should be making financially is into yourself, to improve yourself. Because when you do that, then you have the capability to make more money, and then you have more money to then invest. And to me, that makes a lot of sense. And a lot of us are already investing a lot into ourselves. We're paying for yoga classes. We're paying for the gym membership. We're paying for vitamins. We're paying for protein powder. We're paying for self-help books. we're already spending a lot of that money. See if there's any way that you can allocate some of those resources to going to therapy. And you don't necessarily have to go once a week for it to be effective. If it makes more sense for you to go once every 2 weeks, then do that. At the end of the day, it was really hard for me at first to start spending that money on myself regularly to go to therapy. I felt like I still had to justify it in some way. But the reality is, I am worth spending money on, and so are you. If you liked this and want to learn a little bit more about therapy or explore topics related to mental health, sign up for my weekly newsletter. In it, I take apart different therapy modalities and add a couple tips and tricks that I find, or share an interesting article and a few other things. There's a link to that in the description down below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. It was great to have you again, and I will see you next week. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will see you soon.